We shall be going live in 1 minute. Mangesh, if you can give me a hand, please. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the final day of Conference 3.1 on the role of government in fostering entrepreneurship. We hope you had a restful evening and are ready for another day of insightful discussion and valuable learning. Nonetheless,
Abs-
strongly believe that you have enjoyed the last two sessions and we will enjoy this one.
Absolutely, Sharon. It was an incredible journey exploring the topic, so let's continue our discussion and hope everybody enjoys it. Our first speaker of the day is Ms. Alexandra Irinu Penzario, a young, highly adaptable professional and lifelong shaper with an entrepreneurial mindset. Holding a degree in international relations and global affairs from the University of Nottingham and MBA from the University of Bucharest, she is deeply engaged in EU policy making and UN SDGs. With over 5 years of experience in civic engagement, she aspires to specialize as a public policy specialist, aiming for a more innovative, cohesive, and value driven society. Actively involved in noble causes, she collaborates with esteemed organizations like the Aspen Institute, Greenpeace, and the German Marshall Fund, advocating for global affairs and international cooperation. A member of Global Shapers, Ashoka and Via Succeed, Alexandra promotes civic engagement, digital literacy, and innovative entrepreneurship among youth.
Next up, we have none other than Advocate Rohan Patwardhan, a prominent member of Bar Council of Maharashtra and Goa. His legal expertise encompasses a wide range of areas, including startups, intellectual property laws, corporate governance, restructuring, capital markets, real estate, and tax law. With a background in security transactions, cross-border finance, and corporate affairs, Rohan has significantly influenced governance and investment strategies in various businesses. After successful stints at PMS Management Consultancy Services and White Collar Legal LLP, Mr. Rohan established Lex Robe Legal in Pune, serving as its founding and managing partner. His commitment to ethical practices in law sets him apart in the legal profession. Additionally, he is also actively involved in early stage investments and engages with educational institutions, delivering talks to promote a deeper understanding of legal matters.
A third speaker is Ms. Scarlett Marcel Vante Deschamps. She holds a bachelor's degree in computer systems and a master's degree in telecommunication sciences. Her professional journey includes Tony Roman's business mastery and a role as a technical support engineer at HSBC Bank. With expertise in logical connections, network hardware, and security on platforms such as MBS, WNT, and Tandem Nonstop, Ms. Scarlett has demonstrated strong technical acumen. Since 2002, they have successfully ventured into entrepreneurship, establishing Zitrif Academy of Dance, Vantadesia Skincare Solutions, and the School of Your Past for Better You. Ms. Scarlett also shares entrepreneurial insights through platforms like the Alpha Blog and the upcoming podcast, Zitrif Your Past for Better You.
Next up, we have none other than C. Ramita Bhatia, who heads Ramita Bhatia and Company, a chartered accountant firm registered as per the provisions of ICI. With over 8 years of experience, she specializes in internal audit and assurance for various companies and has collaborated with consulting firms on specialized assignments. Before establishing a practice, Ramita conducted internal audits for real estate projects and managed finance and accounts for an infrastructure company too. Notably, she imparts training to CA aspirants in the NCS or OC program of ICI, focusing on team leadership, career guidance, and corporate etiquette. Her association with NIRC of ICI as MCS faculty further underlines her commitment to professional development.
We also have Ms. Sujata Patnaik, the founder and CEO of WEOBT, a women leadership training, corporate behavior and motivational trainer, and a podcast host. With a transformative approach, she empowers women leaders and professionals to unlock their full potential. Having experienced 21 diverse locations and explored 8 career paths, Ms. Sujata's journey fuels her passion for personal transformation. Through her podcast, she amplifies women's voices through transformational storytelling and has trained over 4,000 individuals. Her expertise lies in leadership development, behavioral motivational training, and storytelling, where she harnesses the power of narratives for individual and collective growth. Ms. Sujata's empathetic and strategic approach empowers individuals to create a positive change and transform their lives.
Last but not the least, we welcome Mr. Vatsal Sapaya, a dynamic individual with a diverse portfolio and an ardent passion for entrepreneurship. Notably, he holds the distinction of being one of the youngest Indians to represent India at the NGWA Challenge and has excelled as a national karate player. As a serial entrepreneur, Mr. Vassal has founded successful startups such as Redefine, Code Collab, Swift Gifts, and Homebuys. With extensive experience as a freelance developer, he possesses expertise in programming languages, graphics, UI or UX design, and app development. A sought after keynote speaker, Mr. Vassal delivers speeches on startup, men's mental health, and Web3, emphasizing collaboration and innovation as he strives to positively impact the entrepreneurial ecosystem. We are grateful for all of your presence and eagerly anticipate the panelists' valuable insights and contributions to today's conference. We'd also like to inform all of you that the HR team is conducting calls in the chat box throughout the session. We encourage active participation from all attendees. So now, let's begin our discussion. And I would like to invite Ms. Alexandra to commence her speech and share her insights.
Thank you.
Over to you,
Good
Alexandra.
evening, everyone, first of all, and thank you for inviting me and for having me here. I'm going to share my insights and actually my views regarding this topic, the role of the government or governments in fostering entrepreneurship. I will speak from my experience, of course, and also from a standpoint of being an entrepreneur in Romania. I have a lot of experience in entrepreneurship, but mostly by working with startups and working with big companies here in Romania as a business consultant. So let me just find the presentation. Just a second. I'm not very familiar with this type of Google Meet, but I hope I'm going to be able. Yeah. So first of all, a little bit about me would be that I'm working for one of the big fours here in Romania, KPMG, and in my day-to-day business or professional life, let's say, I focus on the problems, on solving the problems that companies, big companies in the Black Sea oil or in areas as retail do want to tackle. And what I would like to do next is to present to you. I still cannot see the presentation. I don't know why, but let me try again. Okay, let me know if you can see my screen. Yeah. Awesome. Good. So what I would like to tell you about is what I found out in my research and also by conducting my day-to-day business, that potential paths towards sustainable futures for all of us, because we have to look at entrepreneurship as a whole, like see the big picture and see that we are all a part of it. Let it be in our position of founders of a startup, or in our position as a government official, or as a mere bureaucratic person that handles the paperwork. We all play our roles, and we have to play them very smart in order to function like an ecosystem. So what I found out is that there are 3 lessons. Actually, these are my 3 top lessons that I wanted to share with you. And these are based on my experiences as an entrepreneur in Romania, but also by working with companies based in the UK, in the Netherlands, and some other places in this world. So you have to, first of all, from my point of view, to understand the playground and to actually see that the regulatory environment is not actually the enemy. It can be very useful once you understand the playground and the regulatory environment to play in your own to play the cards in your own favor. So first of all, you have to be very well informed, and this is something that no government can do more than give you like a handbook and say, okay, this is how you have to navigate the bureaucracy behind it. So you have to be willing to actually understand these mere spider webs of the bureaucratic system. And after that, you have to network and build relationships in order to actually gain the ability to interact with these governmental bodies and make them your friends and not see them, as I previously said, like the enemy, because this will actually leverage your entrepreneurial advantage and will bring the value to your startup, to your idea, to your team, and will probably unlock opportunities for further funding, collaboration, and growth. And the third lesson that I noticed and I really value is that you have to put yourself out there. So it's linked to the networking and building relationships part, but you have to be persistent and have the adaptability and the mentality to continue learning about the systems that you navigate, about the bureaucracy that is behind them. So you have to gain your extra mile. And in that way, you can follow up with the governments or with several bodies that you're working with and maintain a proactive and positive approach while you do that, because otherwise the navigation through government bureaucracies can be a bit of a demotivating, but if you play your cards well, you can actually have favorable outcomes. Apart from that, in my point of view, I think that the global paradigm is changing and that we have to reset ourselves, because what functioned like 30 years ago might not function anymore. So we have to be to constantly play with our ability to adapt and to navigate. And in order to do that, we have to reset it all and not reinvent it, but only reset it and look it from another perspective. And what I found out to be working actually in order to reset the world, or when I say the world, I mean like our individual worlds. It's, for instance, an example to apply the 3 C's in the economy areas. So to have it in mind that you have to be circular, like having the framework of, okay, we want to have an industrial economy that actually promotes greater resource productivity and aims to reduce waste and to avoid pollution and to have like the win-win paradigm in mind. Also to focus on being collaborative, because that's actually the key. No one conquered anything by working alone. So initiatives that are based on horizontal networks and participation into the communities, or by linking communities between them, it's essential. And also trying to be creative. So economic activities that are actually concerned with the problem that societies are facing, and with the generation of exploitation or knowledge and information. So you have to have these 3 C's in mind when working with the government, or when working for your startup, or anything that you actually care about. And okay, you might think, okay, but how to do that? Using what? So I'm going to introduce you a couple of key frameworks, let's say, methodologies that can help shape a bit of a new picture when dealing with the government and becoming a pleasant journey, and one that is actually in your favor. So the 3 concepts that we could put into practice, and this might work at a global level, so independent of the particularities that each country has. It's about system innovation. You maybe have heard about it. It's very linked with the systems thinking paradigm and concept. So it's about understanding actually what the system is about and how the system interacts with the other systems. Because government, when you say government, there are plenty of other things that come with that word, besides institution, besides policies, besides funding, and what else. So you have to learn to develop a systems innovation approach that can integrate all the bits that make the government function. And once you understand that, it's very simple to emphasize on, for instance, collaborative innovation, which is from my from my point of view, it's very important when it comes to uniting the public and private sector and academia, but not only, because you can unite all the actors, all the major actors that are part of a society, of a country, in order to create actually sustainability and to work towards your defined purpose. So for instance, for fostering entrepreneurship at the local level, you have to bring all the minds from the public, from the private and academia sectors at the same table and co-create something that brings up a solution that is feasible. And how to do that, after you unite all these masterminds, you can harness the power of cross-sector collaboration, because you might have noticed that when governments are not working with startup founders or with the business sectors or the industrial sectors and so on, there is a confusion and there is a lack of understanding, a lack of credibility, transparency. So you have to harness the power to cross-sector collaboration, and actually one that functions day-to-day, on a day-to-day basis, not only through mere consultations once in a while. And also to drive innovation towards gaining diverse perspectives and resources, because academia might have some insightful resources and information that the government does not have, and the industry as well. So it's a lot about putting into practice this, which is called you can Google it, and I strongly encourage you to find out more about this concept, which is called the Helix business model. Apart from that, what I found out that it's very powerful to work with as a tool, and to give you like the five steps to actually get working with it, is to practice systems and futures thinking, which is also called design thinking. Maybe you've heard of it. So it's about understanding the complexity and the actionable transformation that is behind a problem. So you have tame problems, very simple problems, like I have this problem and I can find a straightforward solution to it. But you also have like the wicked problems that are very complicated, and that spider web that gives you headaches. So I tried to minimize it to 5 steps because I like very much to be practical. So the step 1 would be to understand the type of the problem that you're facing. So the lack of government support, let's say. Okay, everything starts from there. And from there, you can find the solution. But to find a solution, you have to empathize with your community and environment. So you have to see the standpoint, the perspective of the government. Why is the government not doing anything in that respect? So see the bigger picture for the challenge in order to really identify the connections and to leverage the points for the change that you want to effect. Apart from that would be to prototype the solutions and to iterate based on the received feedback and constructive dialogues. But that should be done, as I was saying, on a not day-to-day basis, but to have these dialogues and the feedback, the possibility to receive feedback on a very, very recurrent way. And to foster creativity, you have to use the human-centered human-centered experience design always, because from that point of view you can actually make sure that the solution that you're trying to do to solve, or to, yeah, to enable the change through, it's the right one. So to enhance the generated impact, it would be to further understand the systemic relationship. So why the government is not doing their job? How can we actually come in the face of the governments and try to work with each other on the solution? And to start framing and forming possible scenarios for the future. So once you form the solution, try to constantly adapt to it, make it better, and understand, okay, what's the best actions to take in the present that will maybe affect 3, 5, 10 years from now. Because what you probably saw is that governments are functioning on the same laws or on the same policies that once have been written, drafted, and they have not changed it very much. So they did not adapt it to the new context. And yeah, as I was saying, we don't have to reinvent it, whether we are government, we are acting like government, or we are in a relationship with the government and we want to gain some understanding and funding. We have to learn from each other and actually to adapt. So yeah, these are also another 5 steps that are really useful to dig in. But on cutting it a bit short, because I know that I have only 15 minutes, so I would say that your own path to impact and to foster entrepreneurship would be to work with the government. So whenever you see that the role of the government in nurturing an entrepreneurial culture is not done very brightly or very adaptive, you have to come in their to put yourself in their shoes and to actually go, okay, what can we do together in order to better this environment? So unlocking your potential for really creating sustainable change would be the first step, in accordance to your experience and passion, of course, because you are an entrepreneur that cares about uh, solving a respective problem or 2 problems, and then to actually act on it based on your personal mission statement. And I would say that would be super important and will give you an advantage point when dealing with the government, to link it with global sustainability. So to have it by choosing the one of the SDGs and saying, okay, let's work on this together, because we are going to solve it not only at a local level but also at a global level. I can share this presentation with you anyways. So what I would like to say is that the systems transformation comes from our own individual understanding, and then we can actually learn and innovate and collaborate together for solutions that work. Apart from this, would be awesome to see more of this top 3 actions. I named them. In my point of view, if any government would do this, their roles would be more transparent, more forthcoming, and supportive. So to effectively foster entrepreneurship, I would say that governments and entrepreneurs, of course, should focus on helping to create a supportive regulatory framework and environment that emphasizes on policy adaptability, as I was saying. So to bring everything into the present and thinking also about the future, and making it very simple to understand, because sometimes it's very difficult to make sense of it all. To provide financial support and incentive by linking it to education and training programs. I was actually a mentor and also a participant in a training program here in Romania, and it was very nice to have the occasion to gain some business competencies, and then to actually gain financial support that enabled me to develop my startup. So apart from that, would be to foster an ecosystem of innovation and collaboration at local, but also at the global level. Because if you don't have the global level, you are going to probably have a society that works on the short term, but not on the longer term. So by focusing on these three key areas, we can actually cultivate and support a vibrant entrepreneur ecosystem that drives economic growth, creates jobs, and it really encourages innovation and solutions that work for the best. Some practices, best practices, would be from the countries that I've merely worked on with. The United States, you might know that they have a governmental program that supports small businesses and offers support services, including funding, mentorship, and training. So there are a lot of opportunities that countries have tried to implement or have tried to put at the disposal of the entrepreneurs. But what I found out that is lacking here is the promotion, because not many entrepreneurs do know about the existence of this type of programs. And I would like to end with the case of Romania, because in the case of Romania, there is like a lot of approaches that have been implemented by the government. So it involves a multifaceted approaches to create and to enable environment for business to start to grow and thrive. But one notable example is a very recent one and has been launched a couple of days ago. So it's a premiere, let's say. It's a platform that the government of Romania offers free of charge, of course. And it's the only platform in the European Union that actually brings together for a member state all the possible resources for financing both at national and European level. So that's like first step in making it more accessible and more transparent for the business environment to actually grow and eventually thrive. So yeah, and these are some resources that I wanted to share with you because I consider them to be very useful. So you might have heard, or if not, about Endeavor. Endeavor is it's a global nonprofit that focuses on helping high impact entrepreneurs, and they have various branches in all around the world. So they have a very unique entrepreneur first model because they have a peer-to-peer community and a very trust-based network that provides a platform for founders to dream big, scale up, and pay it forward. And they work with governments. So as I was saying about public-private partnerships that are very important, this is an example that works. And if you want to learn more about systems innovation, because this applies and can be applied to any area, whether you are an entrepreneur or government, you can find out more. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Alexandra. That was a wonderful speech. And I would request you to please share your email address in the chat box. And if any of our audience has any questions or seeks further information, please don't hesitate to reach out to her. Moving ahead, I would request Ms. Scarlett to commence her speech.
Oh, I thought I wasn't in the third place, but that's okay. I am honored to be invited to this conference. I want to thank you to SK Associates and Group. Thank you so much for inviting me, having me here. I'm going to try to share my screen. Give me a second, please. Give me a second, I'm trying. Can you see my screen now?
Not yet.
Not yet. Give me a second. Okay, I don't know why I cannot share it. Can you see it now?
No.
No.
No. You need to click the fourth button from the right, which has a rectangle with the upper pointing cursor in it. That tab.
It's disabled, I guess, but let me see. Because I cannot turn on my video either.
No issues. I suggest to rejoin once, and you can even share your speech without presentation. Even that works. Okay. Alexandra, I had a small request. If
Yes,
you could just
but
share
I
your
can share
LinkedIn
my
in my
video
DM.
either.
Okay, Anjali, if you could help out
I don't
Scarlett,
know what
please.
is happening.
Miss Scarlett, if you could rejoin once, it might be a network issue.
Mm, I don't know what's happening. I can enable my video either.
Could you please rejoin once?
I can speak if you can hear me.
Sure, sure. You can deliver speech.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay, I'm going to keep trying to enable even my video. Well, you know, as Alexandra already spoke about entrepreneurship and working with government, in Mexico it's very complicated to work with government. I've been as an entrepreneur for more than 25 years, and I've been having a lot of struggles trying to help, even trying to get help, not just from the government, but all the instance you need as an entrepreneur. For example, when I built my skincare products, it was super complicated for me to try to import the products, you know. Working with United States was super easy. They make the things very, very easy for me to build the brand, to select the products, the formulas, all these things. I was trying to do this in Mexico at the beginning with some Mexican, you know, laboratories here that have some very good products. But they were requesting for me, as I was starting this, so they were requesting for me 5,000 products on only one product, you know? And United States gave me the opportunity to ask for, you know, 5 or 24 products on only one cream, for example. So that opened the possibilities for us. And this is very different because maybe the culture is different, and they know that entrepreneurship grows, no, is important. Now, as we all know, entrepreneurship plays a vital role in driving economic growth, as Alexandra mentioned it, and job creation. It is like an engine that propels innovation, generates new businesses, and brings fresh products and services to the market. No, so starting and running a business is not easy, can be challenging, and governments can help absolutely. They can help foster entrepreneurship, creating an environment, an ecosystem, and you know, giving better access to funding, providing education, training, and reducing bureaucracy. That can help entrepreneurs overcome crucial challenges. But for example, again, in my country, bureaucracy is a big problem. And creating or fostering networking, which I call robust connections between entrepreneurs, can be very helpful. Now, legal support in my country is another very weak point, because I had the need to go outside my country to look for programs to protect intellectual property and patent systems, you know. So I'm going to focus on programs, education programs about for entrepreneurship. And we as entrepreneurs don't only risk our financial relationship, intellectual and emotional, we always risk our emotional capital too. I'm going to focus on our emotional capital. And we risk all these capitals because we want to pursue a dream or an idea that we want to see launched in the market to help some people relieve some pain or to solve a problem in our society. And we do this because we have a dream that we want to see alive, but we do it because we want to profit as well, because we are doing businesses, right? And that is something that many people do not focus on as well, because we have a not very good relationship with money. It depends on the country, of course, I guess, because countries of the first world think differently about money. So we need to learn comfortable talking about money, and we need to learn comfortable thinking about money, you know, because business blood is money. So in my personal experience, the main two pillars to focus on at the beginning of any entrepreneur careers are the entrepreneurial mindset, these are emotions, and financial education. Talking about entrepreneurial mindset, why governments must foster in this training? Well, because it is a strong set of beliefs and skills that are powerful, and many big corporations around the world are looking for, CEOs and employees with this mindset. So, for example, being resourceful, that is pursuing opportunities beyond the resources available, or critical thinking and solution-oriented. This is making decisions with limited information. And what about remaining adaptable and resilient in conditions that are uncertain and complex? See, this is where entrepreneurs involves their passion, creativity, their experience managing risk, let it go, and self-reliant. Sorry, I didn't want to use the quote, comfort with risk, because nobody is comfort with risk. And contrary to what we might think, rich people are risk averse. So they risk asymmetrically. See, they risk, they want to take a little risk as possible for a reward as great as possible. That is very wise from rich people. So how governments can help? They can help by including programs at public universities and elementary schools, like some other speakers yesterday previously mentioning. There are already countries doing this. I guess she was from Australia. So this, there are researchers shows that entrepreneurial mindset can be taught successfully at a very young age. At a very young age, everything is easier. We must remember that these sets of beliefs that through the process and the intrinsic way of viewing the world drives the entrepreneurial behavior. This is, of course, depending of each entrepreneur's individual values, which makes entrepreneurship more meaningful for them. So why do entrepreneurs need self-awareness? We are talking about the emotional capital. And you must be wondering why, if this conference is to talk about governments fostering entrepreneurship, why Scarlett is talking about my inner self. Well, entrepreneurs who do not see themselves accurately are likely to bungle their business. I hope I'm pronouncing correctly, because the presentation, it was going to help, but I apologize for that. So why the entrepreneurial mindset is important, and how entrepreneurs' personality is involved. As entrepreneurs, talking about mindset, we eventually must perform different roles at the beginning of our business. This is, we are going from production to sales, from operation to management. We are the manager, the technician, and the entrepreneur at the same time, and sometimes we do not realize about it. So these roles, all these roles are connected with emotions and people. Personality awareness and developing an entrepreneurial mindset can help drive more effective action, focus, and growth. It also, personality awareness also increases the ability to learn, adapt, and succeed. And to achieve this, it's important to promote self-knowledge and self-understanding, enhance team function, and put the right people in the right roles, yourself included. For example, I was attending a Tony Robbins training, and he shared his experience with one of his clients. This businesswoman needed to hire a manager, as was complicated for her to make the hard decisions, like firing employees that didn't respond as expected. Now she hired a manager with the same personality qualities she had. Eventually, became complicated for both to make the hard decisions. And this involved her business in a complicated financial situation. As simple as that, okay? So self-awareness is super important, and self-awareness is just the ability to see yourself clearly, earning comfort knowing yourself, which eventually gives you power. And how? You must be wondering how. Well, self-awareness will be reflected in your fulfillment, creativity, confidence, critical thinking, decision-making, emotional intelligence, which is directly related with relationships. You know, empathy, listening, make more effective decision making about the key aspects, or not only of your business, but your personal life as well. Additionally, it would help you to develop yourself in the right role in both places again. Now, self-knowledge is the information you possess about yourself that facilitates responses, proactive responses, rather than just reactivity, as we used to do frequently. So self-knowledge will give you or help you to develop some assets like grow communication on your team, increase your knowledge of your strengths and weaknesses, read the strengths and weaknesses of your team, and understand the motivations of yourself. It dramatically increases your effectiveness working with people. So self-knowledge motivates you to pursue ambitious projects, relationships, and other challenges. A lack of insight can inhibit great aspirations and creativity. So and self-understanding is very simple as well. It's just about think, feel, and behave. You know, what you think and how you think define what happens inside you. Then your thoughts will define your feelings, and your feelings will define your actions. And even you don't believe this, all these things about emotions and feelings are truly and deeply involved in business. So self-understandings will help you to develop abilities like learning how to communicate better with others, understanding the motivations of others, talking about your team, for example, hiring the right people for the right roles. That is super important, okay? And self-reflection, that will help you to self-reflection and personal growth. I will dare to say that some entrepreneurs are task-oriented while others are people-oriented. This is all about their personalities. And I will dare to say that people with task-oriented self-knowledge is more easily achievable, and for those who are people-oriented, self-understanding. This is self-understanding helps you to communicate better with others, and self-knowledge helps you to communicate better with yourself. That is super important to make key decisions. Another example about this is a message that Jeff Bezos, the founder and owner of Amazon, sent to his team. I'm going just to mention some lines of his note because it's not short, but in his message addressed to all development in his corporation, he said this: all teams will henceforth expose their data and functionality through service interfaces. Anyone who doesn't do this will be fired. Thank you, have a nice day. How would you feel if you were working for him and you received this message in your email? Well, some personalities will feel this as a harsh message, as while others will receive this message very optimistic and will be ready to focus on action and proactive responses. And this doesn't mean that you are right or wrong, or that Jeff is a non-human boss. This is all about personality responses. And I will dare to say that if you have this knowledge, your team behavior or responses can be predictable. So that important is to know and to have this knowledge about yourself, your personality and others' personalities. This is something that is very complicated and not easy to find in teams. In America, United States of America, I've been writing and working with fighter pilots of the Air Force of United States, and they have this, they are masters in this, working with personalities and relationships. That's why they are successful on their missions. And that is the mindset they acquire during their trainings. And if you can see, there are a lot of many fighter pilots and Navy SEALs that now are driving very successful businesses. And that is why the mindset they are bringing and they were training on. Now, as we are short in time and I wasn't able to show my slides, I'm going to talk about the next topic, that is financial education, and it's related almost to some speeches previously exposed here. I'm talking, of course, from my own experience. So financial education from my own experience, the main three topics to focus on are savings, cash flow, and debt. You know, learning about keeping a healthy cash flow and learning about debt, operational expenses, savings, and knowing your numbers, even knowing them in the most basic forms of business management, of money management, nothing complex, is crucial. It's the same that knowing about yourself, your needs, and what drives you. It's all about the basics. For example, your self-awareness, your relationship with money, or your feelings about money, even your feelings conscious or unconscious about money are super important. And how you manage your money directly involve your cash flow, healthy or unhealthy, your savings and debt. So this is basic, and you can start doing this before launching your business. Because another of the speakers mentioned it on Friday, I guess, that he was struggling with pricing because he didn't know how to manage this at the beginning. So money management is very easy if you start with the basics. In the context of money habit patterns, those will be reflected as a mirror from personal money management to your business money management. This is, if your money management at home, for example, is healthy, then your money management at your business will be healthy. And the opposite will be a reality as well. So poor cash flow management is a reason 82% of a small business fail. Yes, another reason is high debt. If you have debt, usually you have no savings. If you have no savings, you have not a healthy cash flow, or have not a cash flow in fact. Another reason is unnecessary operating expenses and useless procedures. You can find, even in successful companies, a lot of useless procedures that cost a lot of money for them. And you can start doing this and practicing this at your home, because managing money, your personal money management, for example, at home, is quite similar than the business. You have an income or more than one income, you have expenses, and you must have savings, and you must have a cash flow. So they are quite similar. And that is something I guess is important for new entrepreneurs to know even before launching their business. Because if you are going to ask for a loan or a credit or something, you must be ready to receive this money, right? So some mistakes managing cash flow is fighting taxes, for example. Fighting taxes, most of people do this because they forget about them. Again, pricing, for example, you need to consider taxes. Another mistake is using credit cards for auto funding. You know, CBS News reported that total credit card debt in US reaches 1 trillion for the first time in their history. This is most people acquire debt covering emergencies. Most people acquire credit cards for emergencies, and that is an inconvenient mindset, you know, it's a mistake. And some entrepreneurs use their credit cards to auto-funding their business. And that you can do that, absolutely. I have done it successfully, but you can do it only and only if you have a healthy cash flow and a flawless payment strategy. So these are basic steps to manage your money, but are important. So the facts that help you to keep a healthy cash flow, the first one and mandatory is learning to say no. Learning to say no is basic. For example, if it's a basic example, but if your business partner wants to buy a computer, you are going to say, no, we won't buy that computer now because our money will be invested differently. It's important to avoid planting a scarcity mindset at the beginning of your business. Avoid planting this scarcity mindset even in yourself. Another key point is keeping your eye on your accounts. Once a month is enough good at the beginning, and you can start doing this at home as well, because it's going to be complicated for you to manage a loan, a credit that government or a private sector offer you if you don't know how to manage it. And it's important and it's recommendable to have different accounts. For example, one for savings, one for investment, one for expenses, one rich people recommend you have one account for rewards to reward yourself. Don't mix your money because this brings you to troubles. And avoid using credit cards. Avoiding using credit cards is super important. Unless you are.
Sorry to interrupt, Miss Scarlett. We're
Excuse me?
little short of time. We're a little short of time, so could you please wrap up in 2 minutes?
Okay. Oh, I already finished. I just want to say that entrepreneurs must be ready to manage the funding they acquire by learning to properly estimate, to create a budget, and set priorities when it comes to expanding, especially at the beginning where they don't have a finance manager. So fostering these trainings can be a very good beginning for governments to start with. I do appreciate your time, and I'm sorry about these technical issues. Thank you so
No
much.
issues. That was a great speech, Scarlett, and I would like to request you to share your email ID in the chat box so that if anyone has queries, they can directly reach out to you. Further, I would like to invite Ms. Sujata Patnaik to commence her speech and share her insights with all of us. Yes, Sujata ji, I hope I'm audible.
Yeah. Am I audible? Thank you so much. All right. So, hello everyone. Good evening. Thank you, SK Associates and Group, for arranging this beautiful conference and inviting me to join. And this conference helped me to dive into research a bit about the topic, the role of government in fostering entrepreneurs. Since I am associated with the women's community, there are mentors who we can reach out to, and it's basically women helping women. So the conversation around entrepreneurship has been quite insightful for the last 2 days that I have been attending. I would like to delve deeper into a specific segment or group within this domain. that is women entrepreneurship, and explore the crucial role governments play in empowering them. Now, across the globe, from the bustling financial centers of New York to the historic landscapes of Europe and the vibrant markets of Asia. So, I just researched about these three continents like America, Europe, and then Asia. Governments are recognizing the immense potential of women led businesses. Today, we are embarking on a journey to see how initiatives in these regions are fostering an environment where women can flourish as entrepreneurs. Now, in US, let's begin our exploration. Here, programs like the Small Business Administration's Women Owned Small Businesses WOSB Federal Contracting Program are making a significant difference. This program basically addresses the historical disparity in federal contracting opportunities by providing a level playing field for women owned businesses. To be eligible, businesses must be at least 51% owned and controlled by US citizen women who demonstrate economic disadvantage. But the US government support does not stop here. Women business centers located nationwide offer tailored counseling, training, and networking opportunities for women entrepreneurs, regardless of their background or industry. These comprehensive resources empower women to navigate the complexities of starting and running a successful business. Imagine a woman with a brilliant bakery concept but limited experience in finance or marketing. WBC can equip her with the necessary knowledge and connects to turn her dream into a reality. Coming to Europe, let's shift our focus to Europe, a region presenting a rich tapestry of initiatives supporting women entrepreneurs. The UK Startup Loans Program exemplifies this commitment. It offers aspiring entrepreneurs, including women, crucial resources that go beyond just funding. This program provides low interest loans and vital mentoring support, a key factor for success in a competitive business environment. To participate, individuals must be over 18 years and a viable business idea should be there and also reside in the UK. Coming to Germany's Exist program offers, it's another compelling example. It provides funding and support for innovative startups, including those led by women. Here, eligibility typically involves demonstrating the innovative potential of the business concept and participation in entrepreneurship training programs. This emphasizes on innovation, ensuring that promising ideas with high growth potential receive the necessary backing. Imagine a female entrepreneur with a groundbreaking tech solution lacks the resource to bring it to life. The Exist program can be the bridge between her vision and reality. Taking proactive measures in Asia, right? Let's move eastwards. Asian governments are taking proactive measures to empower women entrepreneurs. In India, the Stand Up India scheme stands out as a flagship initiative promoting entrepreneurship among women. Also, there includes scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. This program recognizes the challenges faced by these specific groups and offers targeted support. Eligible beneficiaries can avail loans ranging from 10 lakhs to 1 crore for establishing new businesses across various sectors. The Indian government's initiative for women entrepreneurs and how you can benefit recognizes the significant role women entrepreneurs play in the country's economic growth. To empower them, several initiatives offer financial aid, skill development, and support networks. Here are a breakdown of some key programs and how you, as a women entrepreneur, can leverage them to turn your business idea into a successful story. Now, financial assistance schemes provided by India are Mudra, which is Micro Units Development and Refinance Agency. It's a loans, right? Now, How do you benefit from that? Mudra provides a lifeline for budding women entrepreneurs. It offers collateral free loans up to 10 lakhs with relaxed repayment terms. This can be crucial for starting a small business, purchasing equipment, or managing initial working capital. How does it benefit? Head over to the Mudra website, which is www.mudra.org.in, to explore the different loan schemes. There are something called Shishu, Kishore, and Tarun, catering to varied loan requirements. You can also find a list of participating banks and financial institutions near you. The application process typically involves submitting a business plan, identity documents, and project financials. Coming to the next scheme, that is Stand Up India scheme, the benefits are exclusively designed to support women entrepreneurs from the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe background communities. Stand Up India offers a significant financial push. It facilitates banking loans ranging from 10 lakhs to 1 crore for setting up new businesses, but the support goes beyond just funding. Stand Up India aims to bridge the mentorship gap by connecting you with industry experts who can guide you through the initial stages of running a business. Visit the Stand Up Mitra website, standupmitra.in, to understand the eligibility criteria, participating banks in your region, and the application process. The online portal also provides information on upcoming workshops and mentorship programs you can take advantage of. Mahila Samriddhi Yojana. Benefits of this yojana, this scheme is empowering rural women by offering microloans, which is up to just 2 lakhs at subsidized interest rates. These loans are specifically targeted towards income generating activities, particularly those related to set up micro enterprises. If you are a woman entrepreneur in a rural area looking to launch a small scale production unit, a local shop, or a service based business, the Mahila Samriddhi Yojana can provide the initial financial boost you need. Now, you can contact your local women's development department or banks to inquire about self help groups, informal women run networks that promote micro entrepreneurship. These groups can help you get oriented with the Mahila Samriddhi Yojana and guide you through the application process. These were all about financing. Now, skill development programs. There is something called Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana. The benefits are equipping yourself with the right skills, which is crucial for success in any field, right? So Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana offers free or subsidized skill development programs across various sectors, including apparel, beauty, wellness, IT and electronics, and food processing. This can be immensely beneficial if you need to develop specific technical expertise relevant to your business idea, or you want to enhance your entrepreneur skill set. You can get guidance out there. The Pradhan Mantri Yojana website, that is www. I will be sharing these links, right? myscheme.government.gov.in /schemes p may -u is a one-stop shop for exploring available courses, finding training centers closest to you, your location, and registering for the program. Look for courses aligned with your industry or the skill gaps you want to address in your entrepreneur journey. Entrepreneurship Development Program, EDP, offered by various government institutes and private organizations. EDPs provide comprehensive training on starting and managing a business. These programs typically cover topics like market research, financial planning, marketing strategies, and legal compliances. If you are a first time entrepreneur, enroll in an EDP which can equip you with the knowledge and confidence to navigate the initial challenges of running your own business. Search online for government sponsored EDPs in your area or inquire at institutions like National Institute for Entrepreneurship and Small Businesses Development, NIEDSB. I'll be sharing the link for that as well. Now, attending workshops or conferences organized by these institutes can also be a great way to learn from experienced entrepreneurs and network with potential mentors or collaborators. Now, a shared goal. While the eligibility criteria for these programs vary by region and initiative, they all share a common objective to create an enabling environment where women entrepreneurs can thrive. These programs recognize the unique challenges women face in business, such as access to capital, mentorship, and also work life balance. By providing financial resources, training programs, networking opportunities, and mentorship connections, these initiatives aim to level the playing field and empower women entrepreneurs with the tools they need to succeed. Let me give you a data spotlight about the economic powerhouse of women led businesses. Studied by the MasterCard Index of Women Entrepreneurs, reveal that women owned businesses are not only breaking barriers but also contributing significantly to global economic growth. For instance, in Asia Pacific alone, women owned business represent a staggering 28% of all businesses, generating an impressive 8.5 trillion in annual revenue. This data underscores the immense economic potential that can be unlocked by empowering women entrepreneurs. A moral and economic imperative, women entrepreneurs is not just a moral obligation but also an economic one. By harnessing the talent, creativity, and innovation of women entrepreneurs, governments can unlock a vast reservoir of potential and contribute significantly to a nation's economic prosperity. Research suggests that women led businesses are more likely to reinvest profits back into their communities, fostering inclusive development and a more equitable society. When women succeed, communities thrive. As we look forward the future, let us continue to champion policies and initiatives that empower women entrepreneurs both domestically and internationally. Together, we can build a more equitable and prosperous world for all, where women can not only dream big but also achieve their entrepreneurial ambitions. Thank you so much for this opportunity, SK Associates. It was lovely talking to all of you.
Thank you, Ms. Sujata. That was a very insightful speech, and thank you for being with us today. Please share your email address in the chat box, and if anybody has any questions, you can reach out to you. All right, moving ahead, I would request Mr. Vatsal to commence his speech.
Hi everyone. Hi Jury. This is Vatsal Safaya. To commence today's speech, first of all I'll thank you, the SK Associate and groups, for inviting me to this opportunity of.
Your video isn't visible. If you can just turn on your webcam.
Okay. So actually, if I'll turn on the webcam, the thing is I'm at my home, so signal is a bit weak over here. So if I'll turn on, there is a high possibility that this meeting will. Yeah, sure, I can. Yeah, am I visible right now? Okay, sure. So, yeah. So, speaking of involvement of government in startups, to give a brief about myself, I have been into startups since my college days. So first of all, when I started, I was in like second year or so when I started my first venture, and I was a part of AIC, Atal Incubation Center, in GUSEC in Gandhinagar, because I had done my BTech from from a government college called LD College of Engineering. It's in Ahmedabad. So to specifically speak about Ahmedabad, the government of the Gujarat government has lots of schemes, and for the startups, for people who want to start up, they have the first scheme, which is the SSIP, Student Startup Innovation Policy here near you. And in addition to that, basically they will help resources like for development, for the space to like hold your office, with creating your company and all. So these are these facilities that are specifically provided by Government of Gujarat. So I have been so prior to that, I was doing freelance. I was working as a freelancer, and my first startup was to provide basic app and web development requirements to startups, which is called Code Collab. So I used to hang around these startups only, and I have seen myself how these incubation centers help in like growing these startups, giving them opportunity to connect to different raise seed funds, and some of them are doing well, and they have raised seed funds through these particular institutes. So to add on to this, so I would like to like name a few institutes that, according to my knowledge, are like established by Government of India. First of all, I already told about in Atal Incubation Center, which is AIC, which is also known as AIC, and established under Atal Incubation Mission, which is a Niti Aayog's flagship mission. And then we have different IITs like IIT Madras, IIT Bombay, IIT Delhi, the main three IITs that provides incubation for across all the sectors, like robotics, uh, biotech, and manufacturing. These are the main sectors covered by these IITs. Then IIM Ahmedabad has its own incubation center, which is called COICE, and some institutes stuff. And I was a part of a startup that was funded by that was helped out by MITI to raise a decent amount of fund to carry it out their uh, business and make their pilot product. So then there are incubation centers for agricultural startups called the National Agriculture Innovation Projects, NAIPs. जो basically they support agricultural startups that and promote entrepreneurship in the basic agricultural sector. Then we have some textile incubation centers. That one of them is in Surat. So one of my friends is incubated into that, and his startup is his family business is textile business, and he has taken on ownership of that business after he graduated from a college. So these are some very minimal institutes that uh, help the startups to grow. Then we have some funding schemes introduced by Government of India. First of all, which is fund of funds for startups, which is also known as FFS. And under this scheme, there is a corpus of 10,000 crores, as as it is regulated by SEBI as an alternate investment fund, AIFs, and this is incubated in this is provided to startups through different platforms. One of them is Atal Incubation Center, and anyone who wants to apply to this can register under Startup India scheme and avail it as a Startup India seed fund, and an I create fund, which is I create, which is also an incubator in India. So these two are the very big institutes that are a major tie-ups with that have major tie-ups with FFS. Then there is a credit guarantee scheme for startup, CGSS. So basically it allows you to have a free loan, collateral free loan for your startup, and basically with a minimal credit with some in collaboration with some NBFCs, that are constantly being regulated by RBI, and to be more specific, it provides loans to micro and small size startups only. Then we have Small Industrial Development Bank of India, as SIDB, which operates as a startup mitra, which operates on Startup Mitra portal, and it helps to support the program that is offered as financing offered as from here. You can get the financing as like a loan, a venture capital, and they connect you to venture capital fund and other financial institutes as well to raise money. Then you have technical business incubator schemes, under which which is under again under the Department of Science and Technologies, and they provide you financial assistance to startups based on the product development and prototype and incubation as well. Then we have the biotechnology ignition grant, which is called big scheme. So this is again by BIRAC, and it provides early stage funding, which is mostly a pre-seed fund to develop an MVP to biotechnology startups. Then we have the Atal Incubation Mission startup grants, which is a flagship Niti Aayog project, and it comes under Atal New India Challenge, and so these are so this platforms helps you to get incubated under Atal Incubation Centers. In turn, it helps you with your seed funds, connecting you to investors, connecting you to like helping you with the market research, providing you a space and connections for developing your product, and providing you with the facilities that you need to develop an MVP. Then there is a Nidhi Prayas scheme, which is operated by Department of Science and Technologies, DST, and this is for promoting and accelerating young and aspiring investors and startups, basically. So and there are some state funds like Maharashtra State Fund, J&K has a state fund, then we have Karnataka has a state fund, Gujarat itself has another state fund. So these are the funds that that act as an initiative to help these startups to grow. And basically, so government of India is trying to be a strategic partner with different countries to promote their products, like they are doing right now with the UPI. So they are spreading UPI into 7 different countries, and they are also promoting some other startups that can grow outside and have a good market outside. So to come upon my experience, so yeah, the process of applying is basically through the websites, and mostly it's easy. It's mostly easy when you are in Gujarat, because I have been in Gujarat for like most of my educational year, and most in the beginning of my startup journey. So it was easy for me to get these grants and get into connection with them. But there are some companies also that help you with like initiating these grants. Some of them are like Ecolite Ventures. Then you have your Edgenol is another company that will help you with these grants and guide you through this. Uh, so basically, to sum up, the Indian government has a basic platform called Startup India platform, wherein you can register, and it will open a lot of gates for you to like connect to mentors and investors right now. So there are some big investors like 100x VCs, Angel India Network, and then they have some local angel investors also there, that can help you and guide you with your product, and that can help you with your investments also. Yeah, this is all about my speech today. So
Firstly, Vatsal, I need to appreciate your knowledge. You have enlightened us on many acts and provisions that the government of India has on the multiple various schemes that we not have even heard of, especially the Atal Innovation Mission. Yeah, I heard of it, but इतने deep में मतलब मुझे भी exact पता नहीं था what it is and how it functions out. You actually enlightened us a lot. So thank you firstly for that. And the chat box, so that if anyone with you. Now, since we have come to the end of this course, I would like to thank all the speakers for today. Vasil, Zafaya, Alexandra, Sujata ji, and yeah, others too. Apart from that, I would like to just inform you all that the certificate link for the attendees will be shared by the HR team in the chat box in certain minutes. And I would like to request Vaishali ji, if you can, please do share the link. And attendees can fill the form. And alongside that, you shall also have a review link so that you can just share your feedback and your opinions and your suggestions about this conference in the reviews so that we can obviously take them into consideration and improvise our systems if there are any faults. Because obviously, improvisation is the best key to success, as we all believe. Now, looking ahead, we would like to thank all of you, including the attendees and our panelists for today, for sharing your views. And obviously, attendees, we do understand that 3 days of continuous sessions of a conference, 1.5 hours per day, can be quite hectic and vary. And we do appreciate your patience and your enthusiasm for supporting us and being there here. We have seen the numbers increasing and reducing consistently over these 3 days. I appreciate that you are still standing here. Rimaji, I suggest to get back to Vaishali and come up with the other links out here. Apart from the certificate issue links and the review links will also be shared in your groups. Sujata ji, I just had a small request. If you could just mail out the links that you mentioned for the
I have done
entrepreneur.
that. I have done
Yeah.
that in the chat box. Yes.
I was just requesting you to draft a mail and mail it to Anjali ji personally so
Yes,
that we
yes,
can
I have.
get them.
No, I've noted down the links. I've mailed it to you. That's fine.
Sure, sure. That's fine. Thank you, everyone. Looking ahead, we are also excited to announce that our next conference will be held in April 15, 16, and 17 on the topic of the role of social entrepreneurship in driving positive change. We hope to see you all there and engage in insightful discussion. Thank you again, and we look forward to reconnecting with you as soon as possible. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel and do follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn for sure to stay tuned with us. Have a great day
Thank
and
you.
obviously keep dreaming.